Welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at the MERKUR OceanMaster 1000 meter dive watch. Now this watch, it comes from MERKUR, a company that produces many homage watches, and well, watches that people like in the $200 or $300 price point. This watch itself is about $269.99, but there's a special discount code which is provided from MERKUR. That is in the description below if you want to check them out after this video. The watch comes in this nice zip-up case. And it's a pretty nice case. It has the MERKUR logo embossed here, nice zip. It's pretty decent quality. Let's see what's on my wrist today before digging into this crazy dive watch. Today I am wearing the Oceanica Stingray. It's a 200 meter dive watch which is currently live on Kickstarter. They were quite successful in their first 3 days. This watch is super high quality and probably the best quality I've seen in the past few months from most of the other micro brands I've been reviewing. This is why this is highly recommended. I will also let you know where you can find this watch. I believe there's some early bird slots left. Anyway, just an all-around great value watch. Usually micro brands sell these type of style or quality watches for around $400 or $500. This one's only $239 on Kickstarter. So I definitely recommend this one. Let's get into the MERKUR. So the MERKUR came shipped through FedEx, which actually arrived quite quick in about 4 days. Which is not a problem. As you can see, here's the OceanMaster, kind of a Seiko Homage watch, but with a different dial and a different bezel, and on a leather band. It's a 1000 meter dive watch. Also, if you didn't notice, in here we get some goodies as well. They did regulate the movement, plus 3 seconds per day. You can see the amplitude and all that cool stuff right over here, so I think that's pretty cool. Comes with a warranty card, a polishing cloth, and a booklet as well. Although I don't really use that stuff, let's really get into the watch here. So you can see we have some tags on here. And here is the MERKUR OceanMaster. A pretty nice looking watch. Obviously has that tuna design. We get that nice case around the case, a monoblock style case here, as you can see. Look at that nice pirate on the case back. So this is a 1000 meter dive watch. We have a 47 millimeter circular diameter. If you really want to measure it lug to lug, going from here to here, you're looking at 42 millimeters. You're also looking at 14 millimeters thick. That's including the sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating. We get 22 millimeter lug widths, a screw down crown, of course. This crown is actually signed pretty nicely, as you can see there. So basically, this portion, this is a shroud style case. This is held into this by these two Allen key screws right here, which is pretty cool, which Seiko does on some of their watches that you guys are probably familiar with. Anyway, this one has the NH35, which is a pretty robust, accurate movement. As you can see, it's running plus 3 seconds per day. I'm going to go ahead and give it some juice here. As you can see, very smooth winding. We get a quick set date at 3 with a black window. Pop that out to the date change. Very nice. Final position is our hacking position. We can change the time here. Okay. Push that back down. Screw that back in. Functions with ease. Very easy to grip as well. And yeah, screws in perfect. So very nice there. Let's get in a little closer on the dial here. So as you can see, it says MERKUR Automatic, which is printed below the 12 o'clock position. Nice shark tooth markers here. Very cool. These are all filled with lume, as well as the white chapter ring and the ceramic 120 click bezel. So you're getting a lot for your money in this watch. The lume is also extremely potent. I will show you that towards the end of the video. But overall, the finishing and everything, look at that nice coin edge bezel there. It's polished on the inner portion. Very nice finishing. It feels very solid. It's definitely, this is a tough watch. I mean, you can throw this thing across the room and it would probably survive. Now, the 120 click bezel is not that easy to turn, though. You got to put some force into it. You really do. I mean, it's a good bezel. There's no back play. It lines up. Maybe it will loosen up over time, but it kind of does rip your finger a little bit there, as you can see. And you can only turn it at the angles. So, I mean, it works, but I'm suspecting it will loosen up over time. That's just my opinion, though. Usually the tighter bezels do loosen up over time, or once you take them in the water, they generally loosen up. Anyway, we have a nice ceramic bezel here with a lumed pip. It's a 1000 meter dive watch. Supposedly these are water resistant tested or pressure tested to 1000 meters. And we get that nice pirate, which is actually nice, very nicely done there. It's not embossed. I believe that's just carved in there. But it looks pretty good. 1000 meters, MERKUR diver, stainless steel. Now getting to the band on this watch, I find it kind of odd they put a genuine leather band. The band is of very good quality, but on a 1,000-meter dive watch, I was expecting a rubber strap or something like that, because obviously you're not going to take this in the water with this strap. I just found that kind of weird. It's a very good quality strap, though. They have the red stitching to match the black accents on the dial and the bezel, but it's just kind of weird. This is a lugless design, as you can see here, so the strap kind of goes into the case there, and as you can see, it looks like that from a side profile, which wears kind of weird on the wrist. Like I said, this is my first experience with a shroud case like this, and maybe I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's definitely a cool looking design and a very well-made watch here. The strap says "Keep me awake." I don't really know what that means, but keep me awake, okay? This has a polished buckle here, which I think is a little too big for my likings. I like clean buckles that are, conform nicely with the strap. That's just me, though. But it's not a bad buckle. What else about this watch? That's pretty much it. I mean, we have some nice lume on here. I'll get you a nice wrist shot. A little too big for my 6.5-inch wrist, but my wrist is not that big. But let me get you a lume shot, and we'll see how it looks. And here we go with that lume. As you can see, pardon me, the bezel, the chapter ring is not loomed. But as you can see, the lume is really, really bright on this one. It does glow pretty strong on the bezel, as well as the hands and all the markers. This is C3 Superluminova. It does glow green, as you can see here. Pretty bright and pretty strong. There she is on my 6.5-inch wrist. And I can say it's really not the most comfortable watch. It feels kind of rough on the skin. It's just too big for my wrist, I think. As you can see, this thing just looks humongous on my wrist. If they had a smaller size, perhaps that would be better. And, the buckle is kind of a little bit too big there also. But if you put this thing on a nice NATO strap, or maybe it would fit a lot better, or a rubber band, I think. But I have that nice wrist bone over there, so it kind of pops up over there, as you can see there, and really doesn't fit my wrist all that well. So all in all, the MERKUR OceanMaster is certainly a well-made watch. It's a very, it's a very strong and tough, resilient watch. This thing is extremely tough. It's very well made. I think it's just a bit too big for my wrist. 47 millimeters is a bit too big for a diver for my wrist. That's just me though. Perhaps you have a bigger wrist, like a 7-inch wrist or something. This would definitely fit you just fine. But other than that, it has great lume. We get an NH35 lumen. We get a nice sapphire crystal, which is really nice and very legible with that anti-reflective coating, and slightly domed as well. You get a 120-click bezel that works. That is a design of the shroud case. You can only rotate the bezel from here or here. That's just the design of the case, so that's just how it is. Anyway, I think it's a pretty decent watch for the money. You are getting the quality. I mean, it's very well built. The strap actually is very nice. If you're into leather straps on dive watches, I just don't like that buckle. I think it just looks kind of out of place for a dive watch like this. Seems like a Panerai buckle or something like that. But anyway, not a bad watch for the money. They do have a lot of other watches on their website, which I do like, such as the, what are the homages of the SLA models? Those are really nice. I believe they sell those as well. They have some really nice chronographs. They have some really nice vintage-styled chronographs and vintage-styled three-handers as well. So definitely check out their MERKUR website. They have a lot of cool stuff. Perhaps this just isn't the one for me. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. This is the MERKUR OceanMaster. There's a discount code if you want to save some money on any of their watches on the website. And I will see you guys real soon. A lot of interesting content coming up. And definitely hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't. Hit the like button, or you can hit the dislike button. There's always 3 or 4 of you that kind of just like to do it on every one of my videos. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Thanks so much for tuning in once again. Bye.